Hi everyone, this is Jeff Clark of the Paydirt Prospector here at the Metals Investor Forum in beautiful Vancouver, BC. And today I'm talking with Darcy Marud, the CEO of Western Exploration. Darcy, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Jeff, for the invite as always.
So we always talk about people first. So I want to talk about your background because you've had a pretty successful background. You've worked all over the Americas. Tell us just briefly about your successes here.
It's been successful in a large part the people and companies that I've worked with, but that's why I've got all this gray hair. It's been quite a ride. I've been at it for about 40 years. Started here in Vancouver actually in the mid 80s, and ended up in Chile, Argentina, all through the Americas, and now I'm in Reno, Nevada, working for Western Exploration. But one thing that I've always appreciated is just the people you work with and the things you see.
But you're a geologist, and you and your team have made discoveries, right?
We have. I think we were very fortunate to make a significant discovery in the early 90s in Chile called El Peñón. El Peñón's produced 5 million ounces of gold now and probably 150 million ounces of silver. So a very successful mine. But not only successful in the terms of the amount of production, but just the grade that was there was spectacular. So when that mine was put in production, gold was $250 per ounce, and it still made so much money. It was really an incredible discovery.
Wow, that's great, yeah. Now let's focus on your project in Nevada. You've actually got two projects going on there. Walk us through Aura and you have a resource there, you're drilling, you're hoping to expand it, a lot of stuff coming out as high grade. Tell us about that.
Sure. So the Aura project is just north of Elko, about an hour's drive, and we're fortunate that we've got a couple different things coming together there. There's a Carlin type system that's same age as Jarrett Canyon and Big Springs, which are just to the south of us. So we have an oxide deposit called Doby George. It's about 500,000 ounces, and we're currently doing a PEA on that. It's got over 800 drill holes in it, good metallurgy, 70% recovery, heap leach, so very straightforward. And I think it's going to shock the market when they see, this junior company has this resource that we haven't heard much about. So.
Exactly, I think so too. And when might this PEA be out, do you think?
We're targeting in April.
Okay.
So if there's no slippage, it'll be April. It'll be this year for sure. And we're pretty excited to get that going. Like I said, it's a lot of companies have looked at this, but it's never gotten over that hump. And not for the economics of it, just the timing for many companies never got it to the PEA or pre-feasibility.
There you go. Great. I love it. And then, go ahead.
Yeah, then on the other side of the property, we have the Gravel Creek discovery. Different, it's younger, it's epithermal, and it's very similar to some of the high-grade epithermal deposits in northern Nevada, like Midas and Sleeper, which I know a lot of people won't be able to relate to names. But, they were producing 300,000 ounces a year at a gram or an ounce per ton gold.
Yeah.
So very successful high-grade operations. We think we found the next one at Gravel Creek.
That's great. Now, you've had some drill results coming in. You're going to have more drilling this year. Tell us about the status of the drilling.
So we completed the drilling in late October of 2024. We wanted to do more drilling last year. We were doing big step outs, about 80-meter step outs, and we wanted to keep it going, but we weren't getting results on a timely basis. So we said, let's get the results back, get all that in our geologic model, which we're doing right now, so that we're better focused with the drilling. With results in hand in the next campaign. As you know, exploration has become expensive like everything else, so we want to get the biggest bang for our dollar. So we drilled 5 holes. Every one of them hit the mineralization, but more importantly, every one hit the mineralization perpendicular. So we now know the trend vertically and horizontally, and I think it's open on both the north and the south and up dip. So it's wide open, and we're getting plus 20 gram per ton gold number. So a lot to look forward to there.
20 gram per ton. That's really over half an ounce. That's
over half an ounce.
Very good.
Yeah, and very high grade silver numbers. We got up to 4,600 gram per ton silver. So we're seeing bonanza type gold and silver grades.
And this is all outside of the resource
it's
now.
All
just
outside
to be clear,
of the resource,
right?
But it's only 100 meters away from the resource. So you can envision in the future, if it was to go to exploitation, it would be one mine. You'd have a wider area like in our current resource, which is about 20 meters wide at 5 to 6 grams, and then you'd have these high-grade veins in a lower production scenario, but they'd be combined in the same mine. So.
Right. That's exciting. But there's still a lot of drilling there to do, a lot of potential, right? Tell us about the drilling plans you might have for 2025.
Yeah, so we're finishing that geologic model, which will dictate the drill plan, but it will definitely be extending the mineralization along strike. We know that it's wide open in both directions. And I think that's where we can give our shareholders the biggest value, is demonstrating a larger footprint rather than infill drilling to confirm
Yeah,
what we got.
right.
Is really say it can be bigger than it is.
Right.
And I think that's, well, I hope that's what the market's looking for, because I think, in an underground mining scenario in Nevada, you want to know how big can this be?
Yeah,
And I think that translates into value for shareholders.
absolutely. And you just might show that. So
That's the
that's
game plan.
exciting.
Yeah.
Tell us about your cash level. Might there be a financing opportunity in the future? Where are you at with that?
Yeah, we're about $1.5 million in the bank right now, so we
Okay.
will have to finance future exploration. But again, we want to get that work done before we go to market and say this is what the program looks like.
Gotcha.
Because I think you really need to explain to your shareholders the best use of proceeds. So that's the work we're doing right now through that PEA at Doby George and through the resource and update at Gravel Creek.
Yeah. So you've got multiple catalysts coming up for 2025. You're working on both different types of projects. So it could be an exciting year for you.
We are, and we're working on a third leg on the stool right now, that we've got the old Wood Gulch mine, and we're looking on how to get some drilling started there. We now believe that Wood Gulch is probably a parallel system to Gravel Creek. We know in epithermal districts that you typically don't see one vein or one structure, you see several, and if they're of the same age, same orientation, there's good reason to believe that you got another opportunity there as well. So look forward for that coming soon to the market as well.
Wow, lots of news for 2025.
Well, if you're not making news, you're not making shareholder
Yeah,
value.
right.
That's the way it works.
Creative, right,
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm pretty excited about it. I own the stock. I'm overweight the stock. This is one I really believe in. So, Darcy, as we wrap it up here, is there any final thing you want to say to investors about what the company is doing right now?
The company is working hard on limited capital resources. What we don't want to do is dilute our shareholders willy-nilly. So we're
Yeah.
very focused
That's
on how
great.
we generate capital for the company and how we spend that capital. So, the work that we did this summer is being integrated right now into our geologic model so that we can give the best definition going forward of where to drill. But we're really excited about this high-grade discovery. It's very unique. Because of its relationship to other discoveries made in the past, we're pretty sure we've got the next high-grade discovery in northern Nevada.
Ooh, that's pretty exciting. I like that. Okay, everyone, thanks for joining me here. This is one that I think you might want to take a look at for 2025. A lot coming down the pike, a lot of exciting things potentially coming down the pike. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again in the next video.